Alright, welcome. This is MDog from MDog Gaming. We're going to do a quick look at this game we're trying, which is Guardians of Ember. And this is in early access. It's available on Steam. And just wanted to show a little bit of the gameplay. Here we are, just an hour in or so, level 7. Arcanist is the class we're playing. There's 5 different classes you have to choose from. This is kind of a mix-up. It feels like half MMO and then half like action role-playing game. This is kind of like those two genres sort of together. And there's been other games similar, but I just wanted to show a little bit of the gameplay. I'll say this, like there's some really cool things about this game. The skills is one of those things, so because of our primary class, this is what our skills look like. These over here are the skills we can choose from and modify to be on our left click mouse button. These over here are secondary skills, which we can choose from and modify to be our right click mouse. And then of course you have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 6, but you don't unlock 5 and 6 until later in the game. Those are considered advanced skills, the ones you put on your number, so you can change and modify your advanced skills as well. So I like some of the things they're doing with skills. If you look at your character, kind of your typical role-playing game in terms of, and ARPG in terms of equipping gear, looking at all your stats, how that works. You've got 4 different stat categories that you're putting your points into. You are making those decisions, so a lot of customization, a lot of different ways you can build a class. Later in the game, as you get higher level, you actually can go into a second class's skills. So again, there's a lot you can do, and there are some things I like about it. One thing I'll say that has been hard for me with this game, and you'll see as we start going, and I have volume up pretty loud here, both for me, and you should be able to hear the game pretty well as well. It lacks the usual sound effects. So like, you can't hear yourself moving, and though you hear like a single sound for each ability you do, and each ability kind of has its own basic sound, and you might occasionally hear the enemy like crackle a little bit, it's hard. There's not a lot of connection to what's going on in terms of audio cues. And so I think that really does take away something from the game, unfortunately. And that may be something that is being worked on, as it is in early access, like we mentioned. It does sort of typical quest things. You talk to people, you complete quests, often you get quest rewards. This actually may be, and then he'll give you they often give you a new quest. This may be an advantage, so this is not going to be an increase. This is another thing to watch with this game, is sometimes white items are actually better than the, colored or more rare items. In this case, we're still using a white staff because the magical ones we found just have not been improvements. And as you can see how my bag is so full just from being out here for a little while, you get tons of drops, loot. So loot, if you like loot, that's what you get here. Now these are public events. These can be interesting. Last time I did a public event, this is only my second public event. Last time I did one, I had a help. I had someone out here helping. So it'll be interesting to see. This says defeat the guards. It'll be interesting to see if we can actually accomplish this by ourselves. So we have several different abilities that you'll see me using. The basic left attack that you see me doing is just a conal attack, AoE, right in front of us, like that. And then our right attack is more like a lightning straight in front of us. And the way that we've modified that, this is a strong enemy here, this other coyote, and you can see the strong ones, we're losing a lot of health, we gotta heal here. What I was going to say about our secondary ability here is, though, it actually heals us. It has a leech effect because of the way that we modified it. That's our first medium size basic health pot. I thought we just picked up a medium one. Maybe not. Anyway, so that secondary ability is a leech for us. Our number 1 shot is it creates 2 orbs, and then they automatically attack enemies that are within a certain distance, and then we have a surrounding shield that has a little bit of a high cooldown, but that was pretty cool. Alright, so kill these remaining guards and see what happens next. like there's a question mark down here. I've completed the task. So we completed something, but we haven't finished this public event yet. We still need to defeat more guards. So we finished that quest that he had for us, but if we want to try to finish this public event, we will. So you get a lot of town portals. There's no end to being able to port back to town, although you do use them up when you port, so you don't get to keep it. But like I said, you get plenty of them. Unless you're going back to constant, you're not going to run out of portals. So other than that, I mean, the main thing with this type of game to me is how good is the combat. The character customization and all that is really good, and that's great. But, you know, an ARPG, or even like a somewhat mixed ARPG MMO game, I mean, it's going to live and die on the combat, right? And because of those sound issues, I hesitate to give it a full endorsement. But I do think this game has a lot of potential. It's one that I will keep checking back on. I would like to explore the different starting classes. There's 5 different classes. This is just one of the 5 we chose. So I'd like to get a feel. Ranger in particular looked fun. I might want to check that one out. So I may do some more videos on different classes, but I would say, to me, the game feels like it still needs a little polish to really get it to a point where it's going to be ready for full release. I just don't feel like it's quite ready yet. So now we're killing the rituals. You see in the top right hand side of the screen where it normally tells us our quests. Right now it's telling us how to finish this public event. And at the end of the public event, there's probably going to be a boss fight, and that's kind of what I worry about, is can we do that by ourselves? There's going to be a couple more rituals. But I mentioned modifying the skills, and you really do have a chance to modify them. Like these attacking orbs that we have, instead of having attacking orbs, we could have modified it to be support orbs that would heal allies. So if you were playing in group, that would be a good way to be a support character. It would heal whoever, which is like a smart heal, whichever allies needed the heal most. Get it. Okay, so now we defeat Shay. So it says defeat Shay here, so I'm guessing that's going to be the final boss. Okay, so let's see how hard this is going to be. We're going to go and pop our bubble. See if we can get a pop going as well. Hopefully we can take this Shay down before it takes us. Alright. So we finished it, we got experience, we got some gear. So that's what the public events look like. So let's keep going a little bit longer on this video, and just so you can see a little bit more of the gameplay. It does have crafting, it's got housing, personal housing. I think a lot of that is going to be a little higher level than what I meant. I know crafting, it said, I think you have to be level 40 maybe even. One thing we could think about doing is having, so this has this, what I think is a pretty cool feature. I like when games do this. You can switch from main hand to offhand weapon. And then I'm wondering if I can equip the shield. Yes. Okay, so it goes in that spot. So now let's look at our attack. So we have 55, 61, 11. Okay, so our defense goes up. Our attack goes down a little bit, but our defense goes up when we're using our off-spec. So I like when they allow you to use an off-spec like that. So now we sort of have 2, and there's probably a shortcut key to doing that. I just don't know what it is yet. I could look it up, but I don't want to take the time. We're just going to keep playing a little bit. So the animations still look the same in terms of your abilities. You can just tell you're holding different gear. You have a different weapon. Other than that, so far I haven't noticed any like major differences according to what weapon type you're using. It's more of a graphical one, I think, but I could be wrong on that. There's lots of things I could be wrong on, but again, we're just getting a very basic idea of what this game is like. There are achievements in the game. There's like collectibles. If you collect all the cards that randomly drop off of mobs in an area, then you get some kind of increase to your stats or something. And so all that is kept up with where your achievements are stored. And so you can kind of keep track of what you have. Alright, so we're supposed to be heading up here to go to the farm. We got this quest at the very beginning of the game, and we're just now getting to the farm. Oops, sorry for walking on your plants. I think there is farming in this game actually too, maybe associated with your housing. Is there something I can do to help? Alright, let's see what... Oh, we just hit level 8, so I can show you the level up process. Can you help us? We need to get word to our family. Should be able to clear out the main road. So they're wanting us to clean out the main road for this quest. And it's kind of showing you on our little mini-map in the right-hand side what we need to do. Alright, so let's look at our skill upgrades. So when you get skill points, you can choose which of your abilities you want to put them in. So like we could get damage value increase to our left trigger, left mouse click ability, which we use a lot. We could also get healing power bonus to our right trigger ability, which we also use a good bit. I also really like this Arcane Twilight ability. But we can't actually increase its damage, we can increase its recovery rate. So I think we'll just do this. We'll go just get more damage on our basic ability here. And so that unlocks Blast Cure. Allies within range will increase their health when casting the spell. You also have 15% chance to improve your armor. Ice Arc versus Blast Cure. So again, you can morph this ability into a healing ability if you want to. So that's your skill points. So you should see we have 0 skill points to put in down there. And then you get 3. So we'll just get 3 of our stats. Keep going with that. Alright. And so let's see if we can work on this quest a little bit. We need to clear the road. Okay. I was trying to see if there's anything else out here. I don't know why it doesn't seem to have given us credit yet. Alright, so cleared the first area. No, maybe not. Can't tell. Oh yeah. Maybe? Did we finish it? Alright. You can jump in this game, apparently. So I guess that was it. I guess we did it. He's going to give us a ring. Which that's the first ring we've gotten, so we'll put that on. Okay, so these are the quest rewards we're going to get for doing this next quest in the quest line. Okay, so let's see. Anything else we need to talk about or look at here? It looks like our final quest really is to go to what looks like the very top of this area. Maybe Fear Me. My biggest complaint right now... Oh, I tell you one thing I did want to mention. There were some technical issues with trying to move from full screen to windowed. And I looked it up online, and a lot of people were having this issue. I think the issue was compounded from the fact that I'm trying to stream it at the same time as playing it. That seemed to make things worse. But for a lot of people, playing in windowed mode keeps the frame rate from dropping. And then they'll hit Alt-Enter to force it into a full screen mode from there, and that seems to fix the problem for some people. For me, that actually did not fix the problem. Again, maybe possibly because I was streaming at the same time. I actually had to download a program called, I think it was called Borderless Gaming. So if you are having similar problems as I was and need to get it, Borderless Gaming was actually very helpful for me and was the only way for me to be able to resolve that problem. I'm just noticing that my chroma key is really messed up, so I apologize for how weird I've looked for this, probably this entire video. Not that I don't look weird always, but you know what I mean. So we'll get to the end of this path. So anyway, download the app Borderless Gaming if you're having those same difficulties. I'm not sure where this is taking us. We have basically completed, it looks like, the entire first section, the sort of introductory section. These little creatures are so weird. You can skip the cutscenes by hitting escape. So far, the sort of lore and setting hasn't been anything that has sucked me in. Now, I haven't spent a lot of time reading everything or trying to get into it, but yeah, just the storytelling so far just hasn't been very compelling to me. Okay, so we're supposed to meet Seth in Crushbone Flat. So you can see we are now in Crushbone Flats. That is a different section where we were. We went from Rye Ridge to Crushbone. And you can kind of zoom out and you can see how many areas there are now. I think I've heard that they have done 3 acts and potentially are trying to finish the 4th and 5th act before moving from early access to full release. So anyway, this is, if you haven't joined me on stream, I would encourage you to come check me out at MDog Gaming on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and finish the video now. I am going to continue to stream for a little while, but if you are on YouTube, please subscribe, and yeah, come check me out live at MDog Gaming on Twitch. Thanks for watching.